Hello, my name is Oore Ladipo, and today I'll be discussing my dashboard. My dashboard is basically going to be an information on how exactly you can use this dashboard to access the government's publicly available H-1B dataset. So I'm going to cover three main things. I'm going to cover what my data is, why I chose it, how it can be used. I'm going to cover the methods I use to get the data, clean it, process it, and challenges involved. And lastly, I'm going to show you the outputs. I'm going to show you the dashboard. I'm going to show you some pivot tables. I'm going to show you the PowerView and Power Maps. So first of all, what exactly is this and why is it useful? So this is basically a data dashboard to help you understand the government's H-1B data. If you're an international student and you're going through the job search process, you're concerned about one major thing with employers. Are they going to file long-term paperwork for you? So that would mean getting into the H-1B process or getting a green card petition. But the H-1B process is usually the first step. So going through fiscal year 2015's data, I collected all those who were certified for the H-1B process, and I collated them into this table. So I had originally started with about 1.8 million records, and I narrowed it down to 534. I did some cleaning to remove some columns that I thought were unnecessary, and here it is. This is my data. I have 503,000 rows, 503,548 rows of data, and so that's what I have right now. Yep. So that's my data. So the processes I used to get it into Excel, I had to import it using PowerQuery because just dumping it won't work. So I had to import it and clean it using PowerQuery, which I thought was extremely helpful. And that was fabulous. So now to discuss the data or how it can be used. So generally, people go through the job search process in two ways. They either have a target company they're looking for, and they then look for positions within that company, or they have a target position or target job title they're looking for, and then look for companies that have those job titles. So this pivot table, for instance, gives you the view of target company. So I chose Amazon for this example. If you want to work at Amazon, there are a few things you want to know. What positions do they have at Amazon? How much do they pay employees? Where are they based? How many international workers or how many H-1B workers did they petition for last year? Things like that. So the difficulty in that comes with the fact that when Amazon files its petition, it doesn't do this as just Amazon. It's not just a one company item. Amazon, for instance, has maybe up to 25 companies or 25 different names that it goes by. So there's Amazon Corporate, there's Amazon Corporate LLC, there's Amazon Corporate, LLC, there's Amazon Development Center, Amazon Fulfillment Center, Amazon Web Services, Amazon Mechanical Turk, all of that. But the filter allows you to select multiple items. So you can select all the companies that have Amazon within their name, and then filter out those that are not necessary or those that are not involved. So that means if you search Amazon, there are going to be a few companies that obviously aren't related to Amazon. Like if you see Amazon Capital Services, or if you see Amazonia, you know that those are not related to the company you're looking for, and as such you can filter them out. So in this case, Amazon Error Services, Amazon Capital Services, those are not related to the Amazon we're looking for, and Amazonia Consulting Group. Yep. So the other way you can look is having a job title in mind, and then from that job title deciding to look for companies. So in this instance, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So let's say I want to work in finance, and so I decide to search for all job titles that have finance within them. It brings out a lot of records, and as such I have a really populated dashboard. However, what if I wanted to drill down some more and I wanted to find out what exactly is particular about these companies? How exactly can I strategize my job search to best benefit myself? So these are companies that offer finance positions. You can see they're listed here, and there are quite a bit of them. Not all of them even get a chance to be listed. So to better strategize, how can I benefit from this? So let's say I want to take all the companies submitted in 2015, but I know that for my job search, I don't want to spend too much time after I graduate looking for a job or finding a job and wondering whether or not I will get sponsored. So I decided that maybe if I get a job offer by January, I want to have the company file a petition to sponsorship for me at least by May or June. So I filter this out by submission dates. So I only want companies that filed and submitted paperwork between January and let's say May, between January and May 2015. So this helps me sort it out a bit. So now I know all the companies that were involved in that. But let's say for those companies, how many of them actually, which ones are the companies that had the most? Because it's one thing to know all the companies, it's another thing to know those that were most prolific. So here you can see Bank of America was the most prolific in that category with 63 records, followed slightly by Wells Fargo with 39 records, and then a few others, Citigroup, Citadel, things like these are big names, even Google. And you would have thought JP Morgan would have been more involved, but Google beat them to the punch with more financial analysts. So this gives you the data you can use to track this down. But apart from start date, you might also want to check a few other things, like after the submission is completed, how long do I have until my H-1B process runs out? And you can see that on average it takes about 3 years. So let's say the submission is on April 15th, 2015. You know that you have up till about maybe 2018 before that time is run. However, it's different from category to category or from degree program to degree program. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah. So let me filter this out as well so you can see. So let's say the end date, let's select only those that have an ending date in 2018 or 2019. So this should filter out a few more records, or let's say only 2019. Still not a lot of records. Actually, too many records. Only 2018 and 2019. And this time filter allows us to drill down even further. So rather than doing years, I can also do quarters. And I can do quarters, I can do months, I can even do it, filter it down to the day. But that's a little too much. Oh, wow. Okay, well, while I'm doing that, I can discuss the very next feature I'm gonna bring up. So the very next thing I'm going to do after showing you this is to show you the power maps I created. The power maps are a simple visual tool that allow you to see a lot of these changes on paper. The first one was created for finance industry. So this basically tracks. So this basically shows you over time. So this basically shows you over time the number of workers and how exactly they're paid. So here you can see the comparison of the average wage to the prevailing wage premium that they paid, and the green at the bottom shows you the average wage. So you can tell New York is a hotbed for finance. My second power map here would show you the same or similar information, but for data scientist roles all over the country. I hope this information is useful, and thank you very much for listening. Bye.